A lot of people tell me that they don't have the silver for gear enhancement events, but I got the tricks for you.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Hello everybody, I'm Roadblock and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. So we're on my free-to-play right now. We'll probably be, I don't know if we'll bounce between both accounts or not, but I wanted to kind of talk about gear enhancement events. Now, silver is a problem in the game. It just is. A lot of people struggle to get silver. It is a regular issue. I was dealing with it on my free-to-play challenge account, as you guys saw. If you pay attention and look here, you know, this free-to-play, I've already done 2 of the artifact enhancement events, but gear enhancement events now, as they're called. Let me move myself there, right there, gear enhancement events. So I've already done 2. This one is completed. I wanted to take an opportunity to kind of give you guys like the tips and tricks on how my free-to-play account is able to have enough silver, because I have more than enough for the next one in a couple of days, right? So we're sitting really good on the account, and I kind of wanted to fill you guys in on a couple of different strategies to improve your silver on your account. Stop right there. Click the link in the description right now to get a free legendary Elenaril and 3 free amazing epics as you level up. Here are the exact steps that you need to follow. Step 1, log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch raid and complete the tutorial. Step 4, go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Here we go. You'll find Elenaril here, as well as Uugo at level 10, Tagoar at level 20, and Rector Drath at 30. Don't forget to use the promo code Supreme6 to get yourself the awesome Supreme Galek. And if you play for 7 days, you'll get a 3rd legendary Alice. This is an amazing account start in Raid. So click on my link right now and follow the steps. First and foremost, and this is probably the more difficult one, is to use your energy. Now, while yes, I'm over cap at 333 energy right now, I've been doing PvP and some other things, and that's just energy that I've gained while I've been playing that I'm about to spend in Spider for the Dungeon Diver, not Dungeon Divers, but for the Spider tournament. So this one is about spending your energy and not hoarding it. I know a lot of people get kind of torn on this subject, but spending your energy is beneficial in lots of different ways. One, there's a natural regeneration to this energy up to the cap of 130. So if I was to take my energy to 0, it would slowly tick up until it gets to 130. Now, I talked about in a recent video about RSL Helper that you can use RSL Helper to use that energy overnight so you never hit cap, which is usually what I try to do. But I'm not going to go so far as to say like you need RSL Helper, but what I would say is to make sure you're spending your energy. Don't save up 2, 3, 4,000 energy, because you're probably losing more than that by not spending it nightly or daily, right? So what does that mean? So because of that passive regeneration, and people will probably put the math in the comments for me because I don't know exactly how much energy a day it is, but it adds up very quickly. And if you're sitting on 3,000 energy, and let's just say, for example, and I think I'm lowballing it, but let's say it's 1,000 energy a day, just for the sake of argument, and you're sitting on 3,000 over 3 days, now you're losing energy. You know what I mean? So you're actually, even though you've saved up 3,000, you've missed out on a whole other 3,000 over the course of 3 days that you haven't spent if you were saving your energy. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of hard to put into perspective, but the other big benefit to it is that you're going to get silver for your energy, right? So it doesn't really matter what dungeon that you do. Spider gives you the most silver, because I think accessories sell for more than the other gear would, right? But basically, by spending your energy, you're just constantly getting silver, because every single run that you do, with the exception of I think maybe Faction Wars and Doom Tower, gives you some kind of silver. I don't look at gems as gems. I look at gems as energy. That is just, this is energy that I have saved up because there's no cap here. And when I need it, I just go ahead into the shop. I go to the gem shop and I pop the energy potion right here. Gems, I don't see them as gems. They're energy, and that's really the only place I spend gems, with a few exceptions. Maybe very rarely I'll buy ancients with gems, but I highly don't recommend that. This is basically just energy for me. So there's another way, if we don't want to talk about, you know, dungeons and energy optimization, there's another way to get silver quickly. Okay. I talked about this many different times across, you know, many different videos, but I'm very excited to kind of get this one out here with a little bit more oomph behind it, right? A proper thumbnail and proper editing of the video to kind of make it click and make a little bit more sense, right, guys? So what you can do is in the forge, neat little thing here. And you can see, like, look how few of these resources I have. You know why I have so few? Because I use this trick a lot when I get low on silver. Plain and simple. If I'm doing a gear enhancement, or what's more common, I don't really run out of silver for gear enhancement events because I usually save silver going into fusions. What's more common is when I'm very excited to build a champion. That's when I come into the forge and I use this little trick. So lots of different sets in here that you can see. Some of them I've used, like I've used these ones, right? And some I haven't. But why am I focusing on the 3 to 4 star gear, right? Why not craft the 5 to 6 star, the 4 to 5 star gear? Well, there's a few different things to understand about the forge that I think a lot of people tend to sleep on or maybe don't care about. What you want to craft is the 5 to 6 star pieces, right? That's what you want to craft, but you need 3 resources to do it. You need your bars, right? Your magisteel, and then you need 1 set of the legendary materials, meaning they have the orange barrier around them, and then 1 set of the epic materials, which have the purple barrier around them. And this is almost true for everything except for like swift parry and deflection. When you come down to resilience, perception, and the Doom Tower pieces, right? It's all the same. So really the only pieces that don't fall in line with this are the swift parry and deflection pieces, okay? But to be completely honest with you, I tend to craft... I'm probably going to start crafting some swift parry because I'm seeing that more in live arena, so it might be an area that I'm weak on. I'm going to use this deflection stuff as going on perception, so that's pretty much a given for me moving forward. But when we're looking at the sets other than swift parry and deflection, you're going to see that the best stuff uses the legendary and the epic. The middle stuff uses these rares, but the worst stuff, the 3 to 4 star stuff, only uses the rare materials. What's unique about this is the 5 to 6 star stuff does not need the rare materials of whatever you're trying to craft, whether it's Affinity Breaker, Fatal, Frostbite, Guardian, right? They don't need these resources right here. So if you only crafted the 5 to 6 star stuff, and that was all you would craft until you were out of resources, you might have a massive stockpile of this rare materials, right? You're never going to use this gear. You're never going to craft this gear. This gear is trash. So how is anything I'm saying useful to you? Well, if we look down here, it only costs 1,000 silver to craft. We'll craft a piece here, and what did we get? It sells for 12,000. I made 11,000 silver in profit. So now we upscale that and we go times 10. We craft 10 of these. We'll speed roll it here. And that was 8 grand, 16, 22. Shields sell for more, 10. You know, this all adds up very, very quickly. And that's a big deal. That the fact that that adds up so fast, you can make so much silver back, especially in a pinch. You can see I do have some that have like built up in here. This is not something I frequently come and do, especially because I haven't been playing the account, so I've kind of saved up a bunch of silver just using energy. Where this comes in really handy is when you're in a pinch, right? It's very easy when you're trying to level up a piece Aha, here we go. We just got some new supersonic speed boots. They're only level 5, but let's take this up to 16. So that was only, oh, I got a great deal on that. That was only 875,000 silver, so that wasn't too bad. Obviously a little bit of a waste of silver here, but I kind of want to demonstrate my point. That was like 414k. I am getting steals today. Holy crap. Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to prove my point. Plarium just wants to be super nice to me. So what'll tend to happen, at least it happens to me, if I'm like trying to level something, I have like maybe 3 million silver and I don't get lucky like that and I end up spending that 3 million, it'll pop up and be like, you need another 10,000 silver for this upgrade or whatever it is. And so you're short X number of silver is what it'll say. That gets kind of tricky because you don't have any, you may think, well, I don't have any silver to craft anything. You come in here and you go down to the 3 to 4 star stuff. And even if you only spend, like, let's just imagine that I have no silver right now and I can't do, let's find one that has enough stuff saved up. Here we go. Instinct. Maybe I only have like 9,000 silver left and I can't do a 10 pull. But if you do one, then you can just do one of the little single ones, right? There you go. You get 7,000. Theoretically, that puts you over the 10,000 limit. And then you can craft 10,000, sell all of those. A couple of rounds of doing that, like maybe like 2 or 3 rounds of doing that. And now all of a sudden you're back into positive silver counts and you're probably getting closer to a couple million. So those are great ways to generate silver for your account, and especially during gear enhancement events like this one. They come in very handy to help get you over that gap when you're struggling to complete a fusion. And so I highly recommend using that trick. I think it's going to save a lot of headache for people because, the other approach that you could have is to take your gems and go into campaign, right? This is kind of something where this used to be what I would do. Oh no, I'm out of silver. I guess I have to go grind, right? So then you go into campaign and you grind and grind. Now, if I haven't, I've probably mentioned this in many other videos, but just in case you're new here or haven't heard of this before. So 12-3 Brutal, which is a difficulty I'm on right there behind me, is kind of regarded as the best place to level up your champions. Now, technically, you would get more experience from stage 7, right? And even if you go up to Nightmare, you can see here, I've done a 10-second run here because I for a period of time, I actually farmed stage 6 Nightmare. But there's a few problems running stage 6 Nightmare. If you have the champion to do it, good. They're not easy to come by. Number 1, but number 2, the other you get 2 problems with stage 6. One of them is that boots don't sell as much as shields do, okay? And number 2 is you don't get any mystery shards anymore. And if you don't know, mystery shards are actually very useful to your account. So 12-3 Brutal is great for kind of early mid-game players. If you're lucky enough to get a champion like I use Thor to do 12-6 Nightmare if I get into a pinch. One problem that you'll run into, and you can kind of see it actually, is that the stats on stage 6 of Nightmare are lower than stage 3. So we'll show you that really quickly. So this is going to be 16 energy. Let me make sure that nobody here is capped. So this is 12-6. Boom, boom. Should be a double hitter. Oh, I got my cooldown back. Even better. So there you go, right? So that was a little 8-second 12-6 farm there on Nightmare. Yeah, you can't see it, but that was Nightmare. So if we go to 12-3 Nightmare, let me take this guy out and put in something else to get XP. You're going to see it's going to take a little bit longer. I didn't one-shot everybody, right? The earlier I did, not that time. There I did, because I built up a little bit of power, but I also don't have all my cooldowns back. So I'm still very consistent. That was an 11-second run, but it was longer because the stats are higher. For whatever reason, you can see they're level 245 versus level 220 down here. For whatever reason, that's a thing. I don't know why. But yeah, stage 6 of Nightmare. So just keep that in mind when you're doing that. But if you want silver, if you're looking for silver, I recommend doing 12-3 Brutal. Just say, okay, I'll take the longer run and I'll do 12-3 Nightmare. Well, the downside is that the gear rewards that I'm going to get, I'm spending twice as much energy and still only getting 1 shield, where if I do it on Brutal, I can do 2 runs and potentially get 2 shields. Now, some of those might be mystery shards or champions, but I think the point that I'm trying to make is more shields equals more silver. So if you are looking to farm campaign to get silver, 12-3 Brutal, I personally think is the best place to do it. Now, you probably get more silver just from completing the difficulty. I don't know if that makes up for it between Nightmare and Brutal. It might. Even on my main account, even on my free-to-play, this is the free-to-play and I can clearly farm on Nightmare, I still do Brutal for the mystery shards, for the silver, for all those reasons. So, but yeah, those are the kind of best ways to get silver, right? Use your energy, use the forge, and use campaign. And yeah, those are my recommendations. So I hope this video helps you guys. I think that especially this time of year when we're doing fusions, and I say year, but you know, this time of raid, when there's a fusion going on, a lot of people will hit me in the comments or they'll hit me in my streams and they'll be like, this is impossible. You can't do fusions. They're too hard. I never have enough silver. Well, check your forage. You might have a big chunk of change hiding down in here that can generate you a bunch of extra silver and hopefully get you the gear upgrades that you need for your account. I'm going to call that a video, guys. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you're new here and have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. It is the best way to support my channel. We are trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. We are almost at, last time I checked, we are at 4,455. So we're getting very, very close to 4,500. So if you would like to click that button, it directly helps me out. I want to build this channel. I want to do this for a living. The best way to do that is to get a bigger channel. But most importantly, I want to say thank you guys for watching. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helps you guys with your future endeavors, whether it's for a fusion or maybe just gearing up that brand new shiny mythical or legendary you got. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video. Take care.